Hello, my name is Farah binti Harinaha and my matrix number is 208254.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Fatihah binti Masman and my matric number is 205550.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Khatijah binti Mak Yasin and my matric number is 206291.
Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Aina Najah binti Adnan and my matrix number is 207829.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Eliana binti Muhammad Yusof and my matrix number is 207-407.
Hi everyone, it's very nice to meet you guys today. So are we ready for our discussion?
Yes!
So the theme for our discussion is zero waste and our focus is it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia and what is our view about this topic.
Okay, so before we start our discussions today, we must know what is zero waste lifestyle, right? So the zero waste is the conservation of all resources by means of responsible production, consumption, reuse, and recovery of product, packaging and material without burning and with no discharge to land, water, or air that threaten the environment or human health. So in the simple definition, it just means that you live a life that produces little to no trash, that you avoid most packages, item by either shopping in bulk, buying secondhand, or just living without it. So I start first. In my opinion, I feel that it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia because zero waste product is more expensive. Okay, for example, bamboo toothbrush, hair ties, natural lip balm, reusable bamboo makeup remover, paper bag, paper straw, and so on. Why they higher in price is because they are eco-friendly, plastic-free, and made out from natural or organic material. So this is so hard for people who have low income, especially like us, a student, to spend money on expensive stuff while we have the other alternative, which is just going to the cheaper one, right? So most people, they want to cut their budget on shopping as much as possible. So I think it is difficult to doing practice lifestyle, zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia. So how about you guys?
I agree with you with what you have said just now, Fatihah. For me, yeah, the price of item that use zero waste is quite expensive compared to the price of item that do not use it, such as those sold in the supermarket or store. The price of item in jar is more expensive than the plastic event, which the same quantity or which the larger quantity than in the jar. For example, from my analysis, Nescafe in a plastic which 50 gram is only 5 ringgit 27 cents, while the one is in a jar is 6 ringgit 19 cents. And Nescafe in a plastic which 300 gram is RM 20 ringgit 50 cents, but in Nescafe in a jar which only 200 gram is priced at 21 ringgit 41 cents. I am sure it will be more expensive with 300 gram. So here we can see a significant price difference from the two items. So of course, Malaysian will prefer to buy item in a plastic because it is more expensive. It is more cheaper. It's like what my mom did, because she think why should because she think why should she use her money for expensive item whereas they have the cheaper one. So from my point of view, I strongly agree that it's difficult to implement zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia. So you guys.
Thank you, Siti. So in my opinion, I definitely agree with the stand that it is difficult to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia because Malaysia, we produce a large amount of food waste. And according to Solid Waste and Public Cleaning Management Community, I'm sorry, Public Cleaning Management Corporation, there is 44.5% of food waste generated in Malaysia are coming from food. And it's actually daily produce, which is a lot actually. So here we can see that most of Malaysia waste are coming from food. Therefore, it will be difficult for us to achieve the goal, which is zero waste lifestyle, since food is actually an important necessity in our human daily life, right? Moreover, Malaysian citizens, we actually favor meat rather than the green vegetable. I think all of us like that. We would favor the meat rather than the green. So actually, uh, when we eat the meat, actually eat the meat is actually contribute to a large amount of waste. But when we consume the raw vegetable, it will prevent the amount of waste from being more. So what about you guys?
So, so after listen to Siti, Fatiha, and Aina's point, I see that you guys all have a good point, but I'm afraid that I see things a bit differently because I think in Malaysia it is easy for us to practice zero waste lifestyle because our government already set up a guideline and already have their own strategies in order to become a zero waste country. So since we know that in Selangor, we already have a law enforcement that make us pay if we need to use plastic bag, and we already know that the government will will fine the factory if they didn't manage their byproduct really well and just let it out in the river. So from my reading, I found that the government has started a zero waste plan that aims to abolish single-use plastic by 2030. So this means that the government already have their own strategies and plan to make Malaysia a zero waste lifestyle country. Not only that, I think mostly Malaysian already acknowledge that the consequences of living without practice a zero waste lifestyle because we know that right now the climate change and the with the pollution in our river. And today I just listened a talk from an NGO that have a cooperation with the government to promote a zero waste lifestyle. So I think it is very good. It is very good step, and I think it is easy for us nation to only follow the guidelines and show our love toward Mother Earth. So that's what I think. So what about Aliana?
Thank you, Farah. That's a good point from you. Actually, it is easy to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia because this lifestyle doesn't need require any budget, and you can save your money because when you reduce waste by being conscious of buying only things that you really need, you can save your money. For example, like you bring your own bag to shop in supermarket and you save the 20 cent each time when you refuse the plastic bag. Uh, Other than that, I can give you another example. Like you can carry your own bottle out to be refilled at the public drinking fountain, and you save the at least one ringgit each time. But some places they will sell the water at a ridiculous sum, like almost 3 ringgit, 4 ringgit, something like that. So from there, we can save from apply this lifestyle. We can save the money while creating the zero wastage. That means we have we call it like a win-win situation, something like that. That's all from me. So
I think I have a different perspective with Farah and Yana because attitude of our society does not okay even though the government has held many programs or awareness campaign for the zero waste like campaign Saturday without plastic bag. Because from the campaign I can see our society is just ignore about the campaign and the benefit of the applying the concept of the zero waste. This is because they prefer to work for something that can give them a different benefit, let alone they seem to take everything for granted. For example, even though the government does Saturday with the plastic bag, but still Malaysian who is and do not bring their own paper bag because for them if they do not bring their own paper bag, they are still given plastic bag with a charge of 20 cents. So they prefer to pay a charge for plastic bag compared to bring their own plastic bag because it is and they do sorry they don't have to think about it. So that's it from me. How about
Uh,
you guys?
I'm sorry for interrupt, Siti Khadijah. Actually, I have a different perspective from you because actually we can make our own choice. Like how people always say that it's so hard for them to go zero waste lifestyle because this is all for the sake of convenience actually. But honestly, that's called a laziness because being lazy should not be an excuse to hurt our environment with unnecessary waste. So if we choose to be mindful, so we can choose how and where we want to practice our zero waste effort, and not let others dictate what we can do and we cannot do actually. So from there, we are smarter and more resourceful than we give ourselves credit for. So instead of saying, "Oh my God," but everything make it oh my God, but everything it make it impossible. Like you said, everyone very lazy to bring their own bag, like something prefer to buy 20 cent at the marketing industry, like provide the 20 cent for the plastic bag actually. But we need to be honest with ourselves and put in some real effort before throwing in the towel, sorry, in the towel actually. So that from me.
Okay, that's such a good point actually, Aliana. But I actually see this point in a different perspective because, like you say, right, it is we are making our choice, but we have to remember that we Malaysia we are living a large society, and this practice that we try to adapt, that we try to implement in Malaysia is actually a continuous process that the Malaysian have to adapt. So, like you say, right, about laziness, but we have to remember that when we are in large society, it is hard for us to control them because we want to achieve the zero waste lifestyle, and not all people would give the cooperation for us. Not only for us, actually, including for the government, which has, like Farah said, that the government had done a lot of things right to promote the about this lifestyle, but not all of them will be aware of this. Not all of them will follow this procedure. Like for example, we had already been teach about the 3R practice since we are in the middle school, since we are small. But since we are being an adult, not many people would follow what we had learned since we are kids. When right now, I think that most of us don't even remember the color of the bin, right? So I think that it's actually hard to it's difficult to practice this lifestyle in Malaysia because the mindset of our society of the importance of the zero waste concept.
Okay, can I add another point?
Yes.
In Malaysia, we also lack in zero waste store. I mean the store where we can refill our food. For example, like Siti said in the beginning, we buy the coffee in the glass jar at the supermarket. Then we use it and finish it, and of course, we want to refill back the coffee. So the zero waste store, maybe they can provide a coffee in the big container. Then we just can scoop in and refill our glass jar rather than buy the refill that already packed in the plastic bag at the supermarket. So most zero waste store is located at a big city like Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Johor Bahru, Penang. So how about the other people who live in another state? So it might be difficult for them to practice zero waste uh, lifestyle. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Fatiha, but I think um, in nowadays we already have a courier service where we can just post the things that we want to our straight to our home. So I think it's very easy and very convenient for us. So I think when there is a will, there's always a way.
Okay. Sorry, I don't really agree with Farah point because I understand what Fatihah said at the first point. It's will cost that is will cost money because the price for postage all cost a lot of money, like 8 to 10 ringgit, and that is not only for it's not only cost a money. Uh, it's also cannot. It's also still we can run from the use of plastic bag because the item we buy online, of course, be wrapped using plastic bag before being sent to us. So how we want to practice zero lifestyle?
So I understand, Siti. Thank you for your point. So after listening to all the members' point, I think we have come to the end of our discussion. So I think the majority of us choose that to practice zero waste lifestyle in Malaysia is difficult. So I will sum up back the important points from each of the member. So the first important point is organic materials in Malaysia is expensive. Malaysia produce a large amount of food waste, mindset and the mindset of our society. And it is from Farah, it is easy to practice in Malaysia since we have the guidelines from the government. And from Aliana, she thinks that it's easy because it saves our money and it is our own choice to practice a zero waste lifestyle.
In conclusion, we Malaysian citizens should work harder and try to cooperate together to implement zero waste lifestyle practice in our life as it will bring many benefits and advantages to ourselves and also also significantly to the environment. It might sound difficult to achieve the goal of zero waste lifestyle, but in order to reduce it is not possible as long as we work together and we try harder. So I think that's all from us today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.